Yo, what is up guys? Today coming with another plug and play radio for a Kia Forte 2015. This should work for any Kia Forte from 2014 all the way up to 2017 here in the USA. And this one comes with Android 12. It has a 9-inch display, QLED panel with a 720p resolution, 64 gigabytes of internal memory, 4 gigabytes of RAM. And this one also carries Bluetooth 5.0. It has an octa-core processor. The GPU is the Mali G52, and it has a maximum wattage of 200. So that's 50 for each speaker, which is average. It does support reverse camera, supports steering wheel controls. Again, it is like a factory radio. Everything will be supported with what you have on your vehicle right now, which is super cool. And the most important thing is that it comes with wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto as usual, guys. So these are all the harnesses. It comes with a 4G modem as well. I really like Idoing. I know a lot of people are skeptical because they have never heard of the brand, but believe me guys, I've been working with them now for the past like 4 years or so, and every single car, hear me out, every single car that I have installed this unit to hasn't failed. Absolutely none. Here we have the unit, which is similar to other ones that we have seen in terms of the display. It is a single dent on the back, as you can tell. And this is where that hazard button goes. Sometimes you have to transfer the clips, as I have been mentioning in the past, but right here we have the information. Again, you can see it right there. It is the 4G unit. 4G plus 64G means 4 gigabytes of RAM plus 64 gigabytes of internal storage. Let's go ahead and jump to that Kia. I'll show you the car a little bit, and then we're gonna get with what we typically do, which is the disassembly and reassembly of the new radio. Alrighty guys, so another day has passed. Actually a few days have passed now, and we got the car finally here. This is my friend's car, the Kia Forte 2016, and the car is in great shape, so definitely deserves the upgrade. Very clean on the inside. We're gonna be doing the reverse camera as well. I do have an electric screwdriver, but a handheld one would do. The first thing we must do is with the included pry opening tools, which are these right here. We have two of them. You have to pry this piece right here, and there's going to be a screw right around this area that pretty much holds the entire bezel here for this radio, and it is on the top here held by clips. Just be as gentle as you can, because you can break these plastics. Don't forget that everything comes in one piece, so it is not just this smaller plastic trim. They both come out together, and the only screw for this disassembly that we have to take out is just this fillet one right here. Just note that the upper side here is actually quite hard to get it removed, so wish me luck on this one, guys. I don't want to break anything. Even though we have a new bezel, it's always great to save your original equipment. These are really impressive clips, and here we have the hazard light harness, in which it comes out. I believe it has a one clip system on the top. Let's go ahead and find out. And yes, all we have to do is just press it in and it comes right out. But man, was this a pain in the butt. All we have is just 4 Phillips. So we have one here, one in there with the green mark on top, and then another one right here. Okay, now we are ready to pull this radio out. Let's see. There we go. Of course, we're gonna have some harnesses on the rear side. One of them being the XM antenna. We got the regular FM antenna, and then 2 main harnesses. And voila, here it is, guys. So one of the first things we're gonna hook up here is the GPS antenna. and it comes with double adhesive tape already. All you got to remove is that little film and then put it right underneath the dashboard. For now, we're going to bypass all the 4G antennas. We're going to leave this inside of the glove compartment for a future use. For right now, like I said, we're not going to plug these in. All right, guys, so I'm super excited here because I just figured that the USB ports from factory will work. So basically, they included this super big harness, like all in one piece. And at first I was a little scared because I thought it wasn't going to be compatible with this Kia. And then I looked at it, and that's because they added both of these right here in one. So all you have to do is find which one fits where, and you can't go wrong. This one here, the big one, goes towards this side like so, and it clips on. And then the other one, which is this, clips on the other side, and this one seems to be providing all the speaker connections. So we plug it in there, and boom, there we go. I always say that having the proper tools is the only way to go. And well, the reason I'm saying this is because I got the microphone hooked up here, and basically all you have to do is remove this water seal, and then you run the wire through until you get right underneath here around this area, and then you fish the wire through the underneath of the steering column. And then I use this tool, which is the magnetic tool I showed you earlier, and then I ran it all the way to the bottom where the gas pedal is. I tied it to the tip and I pulled it here to the top. Alright guys, so after swearing a little bit and some modifications here, I got this to work, and I'm referring to the reverse camera. So basically I purchased a Pioneer reverse camera from my local store, which is Best Buy. I thought it was included with this particular purchase, but unfortunately it was not. I had to take out the seat, some of the trims, as you guys can tell. All right guys, so gladly we are almost done here. What I did now is that I will replace the tip here of the hazard button that came included. All you have to do is with a tiny screwdriver, like a flat screwdriver, is pry these edges. As you can see right here, it clips on to this whole assembly, and it clips on from this side on the sides. And then once you remove those little tabs or lift them, it comes right out, and then you simply add the new one that came inside of the bag, and then you install it with the 2 Phillips screws on the rear side, guys. There it is. So we have the 2 screws on the back, as I mentioned. This is on the new bezel, and then this is how the front side of the button looks like once you have it completely assembled. All right guys, so this is my attempt to fix that little defect with the USB port. So in order to get that port right here working with wired CarPlay and wired Android Auto, I had to splice the connector that came with it, and then I cut the connector from this USB, which is a data USB port. I know it because it has the 4 wires going into it, and I cut the tip, the one that connects to the radio, or the one compatible with the radio, and then I use self-soldering connectors and put them together. So hopefully this works, but I'm going to send this out to Idoing so that they can correct the issue. Minor mistake, it happens, but hopefully it works, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. So right now we have everything we need to get this connected. We had the reverse camera with the harness right here. All we have to do is plug this on the back side of the radio. We have our microphone, we have our GPS. We're not going to do the 4G modem. This is not going to be used. This is for the XM, but we do have the FM antenna right here. Of course guys, don't forget to transfer the yellow clips from the old bezel. It is just 3 of them on the top. Don't forget to transfer those back on here. Before we snap everything in place, I just want to show you briefly everything we're supposed to have connected. You need this harness so that you can connect the rear camera in. It is this beige looking one. The second one is the main harness for the power speakers, etc. Then along with this main harness, you have this USB harness, the one that we spliced and added the wires. You have to connect that to the corresponding connector here. And then we have the mic harness, which gets connected right here. It's the one with the blue tip. We have the GPS connection, and we have the FM antenna plug right here. That's pretty much everything you guys will need to get this successfully working. The only thing that we're missing here is just the hazard light button. Don't forget that, it goes at the very top here. Well, we have to admit that the installation came out to be quite nice all the way around here, guys. You can see how the trim looks perfect. It looks like a factory radio, and it actually functions like a factory radio. So if we come here to the buttons, you have your mute button. We did activate that here on the steering wheel, as you can tell, and then it goes into mute, and then we can unmute it. The other option we have is for the volume. We can actually control the volume from the steering wheel as well. We have our skippers, so this is in case you have music, you can go forward. If you are on the FM radio, you can also skip the station. So let's say we go on here. All right, so now we have the radio, and then let's say I flick this up. You can see how on the radio, it is also changing the station. If we click here on the mode button, I programmed that to be the home button. We have things like the navigation that's working pretty well. Here we have the equalizer as well. We have the media icon right here. That's in case you guys have a memory card connected to one of the USB ports. In this case, guys, we got the USB port to charge the phone, so at least it is functional, but it doesn't transmit data, and so for that reason we can use it for wired CarPlay and wired Android Auto. We had to use them wirelessly, but we still have the option to connect them directly. I left these two hanging here inside of the glove compartment just in case they want to run a USB. They can do so, but in this case we're going to run it wirelessly, and that's one of the things I'm about to show you. These are some of the default apps that we have on here. So we got things like the iGo Primo, that's for your navigation. We have the Google Maps, we have Google directly, we have the Play Store. Of course, you will have to log in like a tablet and then download whatever you guys want to download, including Netflix and all these streaming applications like Hulu and so on. We do have a video player, which again, it provides the ability to play videos if you have a memory card connected into the radio as well. We have YouTube on here as well, guys. So all of this is working perfectly well, no issues. This is a very similar system to what we have seen on some of the Hondas, Toyotas. The user interface doesn't really change much from Idoing. It's just going to be, of course, the trims and the way that it installs. Some of these radios have direct connections, meaning that you can just plug in the harness from the vehicle directly into the radio. In this case, we had a harness that went into the vehicle's harness, and then a dedicated harness that went straight into the radio, guys. One of the last things I want to show you is going to be the wireless CarPlay, and here to prove it, you can see I have no wires whatsoever. And what I do like about this CarPlay transmission is that, first of all, it is quite fast, and second, you can't deny the fact that the colors are super nice and vibrant. And yes, you can use certain applications that are compatible with CarPlay. You can use them directly from here. You already know what CarPlay is, and the music and everything plays very nicely, so I don't have an issue with that either, guys. We have here once again the maps, in which is my preferred method of using the maps on this particular radio. And then we go back here into the user interface. And that, my friend, sounds pretty darn good for stock speakers on this particular car. Here we have the little hazard buttons. As you can see, they are working great, but you had to change the housing that I already showed you guys earlier. With this being said, let me know what you think about this Idoing radio for the Kia Forte from 2014 all the way up to 2017. If you guys have any questions, just leave your comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you guys on my next one.